Right now, the search is on for 3 people who police say shot at a Savannah rapper, a member of his entourage. It happened in Los Angeles, and cameras captured the aftermath.
It's not intentional to make this all about Brick Baby or anything, but I want to have the conversation. He basically put out a clip where he inferred heavily that Brick Baby is suspected of or was potentially involved with in some way of Lil Pab.
Sheriff's deputies pulling out a man who had been shot in an SUV. Savannah rapper Quando Rondo, a passenger in that car, frantic.
One seemingly calm Friday afternoon in 2022, Savannah Robinson, better known as Lil Pab, one of rapper Quando Rondo's closest friends, was hanging out with Quando and the rest of their crew at a gas station in the Beverly Grove area of Los Angeles. After putting gas in their black Escalade, the crew prepared to head back out. But unfortunately, just as they were about to leave, 3 men pulled up in an alley next to the gas station, got out of the car, and opened fire on Lil Pab and the rest of the crew while they were still inside their vehicle. Amid the chaos of the shooting, the driver miraculously managed to pull out of the gas station and make it as far as West Hollywood, but unfortunately, not everyone had managed to escape the incident unscathed. And as soon as the cops arrived, it was confirmed that Lil Pab had been severely injured by the attack. After being immediately transported to the hospital, he was pronounced deceased. Although there have been several assertions circulating regarding Lil Durk's possible involvement in the crime, as far as revenge for the hit of King Von back in 2020, to this day, it has not been confirmed who carried out the hit. All we can hope for is that the police will continue to uncover the necessary evidence to convict the 3 men responsible for Lil Pab's passing, who was more than likely not the intended target of the shooting. The day was Friday, August 19th, 2022, and around 5:30 p.m., Quando Rondo, Lil Pab, and other members of their crew were finishing up pumping gas in their black Escalade at a station in the Beverly Grove area of LA, just a street across from the popular Beverly Station. A few seconds later, the crew hopped back in the SUV and got ready to leave. Just as they were about to exit the station, a white 4-door sedan pulled up in the alley right next to the station, from which 3 men in dark clothing got out of the car and opened fire on Quando's black Cadillac. At that moment, Quando and his crew were the perfect targets, as they were caught completely off guard. But as they were being sprayed with bullets, the drivers somehow managed to put the Cadillac in drive and pull out of the station, saving his life as well as Quando Rondo's. After leaving the gas station at full speed, the black Escalade eventually came to a halt in the middle of West Hollywood, just a few blocks away from the gas station and pretty close to the police station. A few seconds later, they were stopped by cops responding to the shooting. But by the time they got to the Escalade, it was too late for 23-year-old Lil Pab. Although he was evacuated as quickly as possible from the vehicle and rushed to the hospital, by the time they got there, he was already gone. In the video that quickly went viral online, Quando Rondo can be seen screaming in desperation as the cops pull Lil Pab's lifeless body from the back of the Escalade. Understandably, Quando was destroyed after the incident, as Lil Pab was such a close friend to him that he was even featured on his phone's lock screen. As news of the incident began to spread, the media pushed out conflicting reports of what had taken place at the gas station. While some stations claimed Rondo was shot and severely injured during the attack, an official statement revealed he was unharmed and had survived the shooting. As Lil Pab's friends and family mourned his passing and shared their grief at his passing on social media, Quando Rondo shared an image of him and his best friend with the touching caption, "You hurt my heart, cuz," on Instagram with the song "Life Goes On" by the legendary Tupac in the background. On January 23, 2023, Quando Rondo released a music video for his track Long Live Pab, which hit close to 5 million views and touched the hearts of his fans around the world. This wasn't the first time in the past few years that Quando's been targeted by his opponents in shootings that have left him relatively unharmed, but his friends either hurt or deceased. And considering the pain he was going through after the passing of Lil Pab, you would think most people would have been sympathetic to the situation and shown him their support on social media. But the reality was completely different. Throughout his life, Quando has made dozens of enemies. From the time he was a kid, he was active in the streets and even caught his first battery charge when he was very young. After being released from juvie, he started robbing houses in his neighborhood, and after that, it was straight to gangbanging. But after signing with NBA YoungBoy's Never Broke Again label in 2018, his career took a different direction, and he used his music talent and his ticket out of the nightmare his life would have become if he had stayed in the streets. Still, as the saying goes, you can take the boy out of the streets, but you can't take the streets out of the boy. And in 2020, Quando was involved in an incident that effectively put a target on his back. On November 6th of that year, Quando and his boys were leaving the Opium nightclub in Atlanta when suddenly King Von and his crew ran down on him in the parking lot, leading to a vicious fight that ended with King Von being shot by Lil Tim, one of Quando's friends. The story behind Quando and Von's rivalry is a pretty long one, but to make a long story short, even though Quando didn't hit Von because he was at the scene of the crime, he made a lot of enemies after that night. In fact, after King Von's passing, Quando had to wait more than 6 months to perform live because pretty much every venue had flagged him as a security risk. And the first time he was able to perform again, he almost got hit in a parking lot after his show. According to several sources, Lil Pab was also at that shooting with him, but was not hurt. Following the King Von incident, a $1 million price was allegedly put on Quando's head. And due to the hefty sum of the bounty, it's long been suspected that Lil Durk was the one orchestrating the hunt. It's no mystery that after King Von's passing, Lil Durk had more than a few reasons to hate Quando Rondo, and he made his hatred known to him every chance he got, even allegedly sabotaging his rap career by buying all the tickets to his show so no one else could go, and pressing venues to stop booking him. With this context, it might be easier to understand why if you look at the comments made by people below Quando's post honoring Lil Pab. A lot of them were posting to make fun of the incident, saying things like, "Slide for Von," to rub more salt in the wound. Since King Von's passing, Quando has been pretty disrespectful to his crew, which has earned him the hate of everyone associated with King Von. A lot of comments also implied that Lil Durk had something to do with the hit and got revenge for King Von's passing. Lil Durk himself has added fuel to those rumors, with some of his lyrics including ones from Who Wants Smoke, where he raps, "They be on my page, slide for Von. I know they trolling me, got it back in blood, y'all just don't know. That's how it's supposed to be. And people die for pumping gas," which many people are suspicious of being a reference to Lil Pab. In a viral interview, Brick Baby also allegedly snitched on Lil Durk when he said that after Lil Pab's passing, people aren't allowed to say slide for Von anymore, implying that Lil Durk might have had something to do with the hit.
Oh yeah,
Slide for Von,
ain't
right?
nobody.
Yeah.
They say you can't say that no more.
Why? Oh yeah, cause of no. Like
They
who died?
say you can't say that no more.
Oh, cause of FBG Cash? Or who?
Nah, cause Lil Pab.
Oh, what's that?
But I'm just saying, they just say you can't say that no more. That's the new term, like no more slide for Von.
In a later interview with No Jumper, Brick Baby denied having anything to do with the passing of Lil Pab. What's crazy about the whole situation is that there was once a time when Lil Pab, Lil Durk, King Von, and Quando Rondo used to be friends. At one point, NBA YoungBoy, a close associate of Quando Rondo, even collaborated with Lil Durk on his song My Side in 2017. Lil Durk was even featured on Quando Rondo's debut album, and some social media posts have been dug up from 2013 where Lil Pab expressed admiration for one of Lil Durk's songs. But after several sneak disses, fights over women, and gang-related issues, the tension between NBA and OTF would hit a point of no return in 2020, which turned a small rap-related beef into a full-on interstate gang war that would result in several unnecessary hits. Still, other sources claim that Lil Durk had nothing to do with Lil Pab's hit, and that the real cause of the incident was that Quando's crew failed to check in with the Crips in LA, which was implied by known Crips member and rapper Brick Baby. To this day, no one has been arrested for the hit of Lil Pab, but regardless of who was responsible for his passing, it's sad to see how he was caught in the crossfire of a beef that didn't even start with him and ended up on the wrong side of a bullet that probably wasn't even intended for him. One thing that's been made more than clear, though, is that it's a pretty dangerous time to be Quando Rondo's friend. Disturbingly, around a week before the incident that ended with the passing of Lil Pab, Quando had posted an ominous tweet saying, "Once it happened, I ain't gonna be mad because I already been prepared for it really. But up until now, it's not his own life he had to pay his street dues with, but those of his friends." Hopefully, police will continue to uncover new leads that will bring Lil Pab's assailants to justice. Until then, rest in peace, Lil Pab.